gotta stand up and Good afternoon. Wow. So my name is Malcolm Adams. Hey, can we all be quiet for a second? Thank you. So again, my name is Malcolm Adams. I graduated from here in 2009. From that point, went to the University of Memphis, graduated a degree in supply chain. Also, let me backtrack a little bit. I played ball here. Played ball in this gym, like some of you all in here. Don't see a banner up anymore. I don't know where Coach McClain is, but it's a problem. He's fixed it. But seriously, so from that point, from graduating and playing ball, I went to the University of Memphis, got my business degree in supply chain. From that point, got married, my wife here. She also went to Covington High, as you can see. So for me, just speaking into kind of where I am today, currently I work for ExxonMobil. For all of you who don't know, it's an oil company, it's not just a gas company. We do create things more than just gas. So you think about the barometer of the things I've done in my career post leaving Covington High. Like I said, I work for ExxonMobil now. I've worked for 4 Fortune 500 companies. ExxonMobil being the second largest company in the world. A couple others, I've been regional directors. I've been a manager. I've been ops manager. I've done a lot of things. But I will say that the foundation starts here. Understanding that the people that you interact with daily are very critical in nurturing relationships. Because one thing you will learn is that everyone that you're sitting next to right now is going to be doing something different than what they're doing right now. Whether it be a doctor, a lawyer, whether it be someone in customer service, you all will at some point potentially either cross paths with each other or with someone else. So nurturing relationships are very important because those are the things that are going to help propel you later on in the future of your life. Because I will say that I've crossed paths with individuals I graduated with, both at Covington High and at the University of Memphis. And we all support each other. So just know, even though you might not like the person that's sitting next to you right now, but that might be the very person that you're asking for a job from later on. So just know, like I said, that we all are humans and relationships are very important. Another thing I would say that I've taken from just being here is soft skills. Understand how to communicate. And understand that when you communicate with people, you're not just communicating to respond, you're listening, then responding. When you think about job applications, going to college, you had a career day. You're going to be interviewing, you're going to be talking to teachers, you're going to be asking them questions for help. And if you don't have the appropriate soft skills, you might not be able to articulate yourself well. And those things will take you a long way. You cannot know something, but if you're able to articulate yourself effectively, people can pick up on what you're trying to ask. Next thing I would say is focus on understanding your purpose. Me personally, I went to college, man, I wanted to do physical therapy. I broke my hand from playing ball. I couldn't play ball. I said I want to do physical therapy. But I took my first A&P course. And oh, did it change my mind very fast. It took one day. And I said, this ain't for me. I got to go. Literally one day. But I will say, be focused and be determined on what you want. And don't let that one day like it did me deter you from your ultimate goal. Because nothing is going to be easy. Nothing's going to be simple. You're going to need to lean on your friends, your family to be successful in life. Don't think that you're going to do it on your own. I didn't do anything on my own, getting to where I am today, and I don't think I'm going to get anywhere in the future by myself. Just know that you are going to need someone. Do you guys have any questions for me thus far, or do you guys want me to continue to share some things that I've experienced since I graduated from Covington High? Continue? Okay. So outside of soft skills and, like I said, focusing on what's important to you, just know that when you focus on what's important to you and you mitigate the amount of time you spend wasting or engaging in secondary activities, meaning things like for me, when I understood that my passion and focus was business, when I got beyond the A&P class that got me away from physical therapy, what that done for me was I said, okay, how am I going to be successful in this? And that secondary activity was going to the rec center. You go to college, you got a rec center, and it's available and free to students at all times of the day. People playing ball all day long, and the only thing I wanted to do was say, I'm going to play ball, and I was there a lot. And in that regard, first part of my college career, my grades suffered for that. So once I identified what I want to do, and I stopped focusing on those secondary activities, and started focusing on the things that mattered, which was my grades, which then in turn to the reason why I got my job, was, it kind of propelled me and excelled me in a way that was far more expeditious than it would have been if I wouldn't have kept focusing on those secondary activities. We'll say I went through my first, my first 2 semesters, I had a 2.6. I graduated cum laude. My last 2 years, completely, I had a 3.89 GPA 2 years straight. Took a while to pick it back up, so I would tell you, it's math. The quicker you get your GPA up, the better. Because when you got to go backwards, man, I'm talking about retaking courses, taking summer classes. Like I said, it's a math game. So just know that the quicker you get going on the right path, the better things will be for you. The last thing that I will leave you guys with, because I know I can't talk the entire time, is that I want you guys to know that you all are a product of your decisions, not your environment. I came from the same environment. Like I said, I've worked for 4 Fortune 100 companies. The one I work for now is the second largest company in the world. I own multiple businesses, a couple here. It wasn't my environment. It was truly my decisions. And I want y'all to know, if you don't know my name by now, if I didn't hear it, obviously you don't have my number. If you need it, feel free to reach out to me. I'll leave it with Ms. Fain and whoever else. Have a card, you can email me or call me at any time. If you have any questions about school, work, or whatever, I'm here and more than happy and willing to help you guys. But like I said, just know that you are a product of your decisions and not your environment. Any questions? Any thoughts? Okay, good.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kelly Adams. When I went to Covington High School, my name was Kelly Yarbrough at the time. I graduated from Covington High in 2004. I went to attend the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. Go Vols. Yes, okay. Like Malcolm, I went to school with one aspiration, and that eventually changed. I thought I was going to be a pharmacist, so I got into the science field and realized, too, that science was not my strength. So I ended up graduating from the University of Tennessee with a degree in accounting. I currently work for the largest public accounting firm in the world, Deloitte & Touche. We are everywhere, and I currently reside in Houston, Texas, where I am with that office. I currently am a financial analyst with the firm, but I have done audit work, advisory and consulting type work. I've been with them for almost 8 years. While I was at University of Tennessee, I decided to pledge Delta Sigma Theta, the Mu Zeta chapter, as you can see on our shirts. As far as, me choosing to go to University of Tennessee, I knew from very early on being here in Covington that I wanted to go to college. It was pretty much non-negotiable in my house. You had to go to a university of some sort. So as far as going to University of Tennessee, I wanted somewhere where I could branch out, truly kind of make my mark, and more so just kind of, I guess, recreate who I was. I wanted to build a brand. And so building your brand as an individual, it carries with you throughout your career, throughout your life. So even now, be mindful of the brand that you want for yourself and how you want to be represented and what you want to be known for. Going through high school and going through college, I made it a point to always be well-rounded, being involved in organizations both here and in college, along with my academics. When it's time for you to start looking for jobs and whatnot, your resume is pretty much the blueprint of what someone can see about you high level because they can't interact with you face-to-face originally. So being able to show that you can maintain good grades while also being able to be involved in other things shows that you have good time management. It shows that you're involved. It shows that you're sociable, you're relatable, things of that nature. So I would make sure that as you all are going through high school, some of you are getting ready to graduate, think about when you go to college, what you want your brand to be, what you want to be known for, and what you want to represent. As far as joining a sorority, for me, I have a family that is very big on sororities and fraternities. But for me personally, as far as why I chose Delta versus other sororities, my godmother was a Delta, as well as influential people and inspirational people in my life from Covington that I saw go to that sorority as well. A few of them being Vicky, or Miss Fane, I don't know what y'all call her, Miss Fane, and this one sitting next to me, Jessica. She never knew, but whenever she would come home with her letters and rocking this fresh wrap and these voluminous curls and all this stuff, I was like, I want to do that. I want to do that. But aside from that, even my a principal from elementary school, Miss Dornitha Taylor, she was also a member of Delta Sigma Theta. And so it was just so many different influential people that made me feel like, why not? Why would I not want to do this, choose this sorority? For me, it was a sisterhood. Even though I have siblings, it's just a different level of connection. It's a bond that's for a lifetime. And I felt like no matter where I go in the world, I'm never alone. There is always a soror present in that vicinity, in that area. And they've always been really gracious, very helpful, very willing to reach out and get you acclimated or get you connected with the right people. And then as far as, I guess, my career, why I chose accounting, to me, I took, I don't know if they even still have it here, but I took bookkeeping that was here in high school, and it was typewriting too, but there was another class. It was like bookkeeping or something. But you learned about debits and credits and, how to put together a balance sheet and all that stuff. And I thought that was great. I realized I was really good at it, but I didn't know there was a career in it until I got to college. And then just being exposed to the big four accounting firms. There's Deloitte, there's Ernst & Young, there's PricewaterhouseCoopers, and then there's KPMG. Being exposed to those in college was kind of where I set my clear path of I really want to go into accounting and I want to be influential in that market. Currently at Deloitte, I am a part of the Black Employee Network. I am on the Inclusion Council with the firm. I have still carried on with being well-rounded and not just doing my job, but also being able to be exposed to different things, and it's a great tool to network. Networking is so influential in your life, whether you know it or not. I know Malcolm touched on it as well about nurturing relationships, but make sure you continue to do that throughout life. Networking, you never realize what you will need or who you will need when the time comes. And I know, like for me, a phrase that I always live by is your net worth is your network. And it's not about who you know, it's about who knows you. Because you can know people all day long, but if someone drops your name to that person and they don't know you, is it really impactful? So think about that as well. And then I think that's pretty much all I would like to say on my behalf. If anybody has any questions or anything, I think we'll have a segment at the end for you to ask. So please feel free to ask questions. We would greatly appreciate it.
All right. Okay, I'm a walker. Y'all sleepy. Come on, move around. Act like I'm Yo Gotti or somebody. Okay, so first things first. How y'all doing? Everybody good? Okay, y'all sit up. Hey, girl, come on, y'all sit up. Okay, so my name is Dr. Jessica Washington. I am an obstetrician gynecologist. I born and raised here in Covington, Tennessee. I graduated in 2001. Just real quick, because I'm short and straight to the point. Things I want you guys to understand is your vision will make room for you. Can y'all say it with me? Your vision will make room for you. Even to the people up top, hey, how y'all doing? Say it with me. Your vision, hey, how y'all doing? Okay, we'll make room for you. And what I mean by that is born and raised here, single parent home. Think I met my dad like twice. And I remember watching the Cosby Show. Now, this was before Bill got caught up, so that's a little different now. But the thing of it was, I watched that show and I was like, he delivered babies and he's a brown-skinned man? How, Sway? Like, how that's working out? So from the time I was 5 years old, my mother always said I wanted to deliver babies. I think the only African-American doctor at the time we had was Dr. Broffett, I think, maybe. And I was like, but I kept saying it. So the first thing I want to say to you, if there's something that you really want to do, no matter how hard you may think it is, no matter if you feel like you can't accomplish it, no matter if nobody around here looks like you that is doing it, still do it. Be fearless. Don't get discouraged, even if you fail. Same thing like he said with Malcolm. I never forget, I took my first MCAT. Child, I think I made like a 10, but, and the highest score you can make is like a 35. And I was like, oh, I guess I won't be a doctor, but I didn't stop, okay? So fast forward, so I met Dr. Carruthers when I was 15 years old, and I shadowed him from the time I was 15 till I was in college. And one of the things I want because this is 12th grade here, right? So you still have time. The thing of it is, if there's something you really want to do, the internet is, you can DM somebody, hit them up, do something, even if you don't know that person, because even if they're not here, they can still help you in some shape, form, or fashion, okay? So moving forward, I ended up going to Tennessee State University. At the time, like I said, I was from a single-parent home, so my mama didn't have money for if you're going to go, you better go on the Lord or find something else to do, because you ain't got no money. So I ended up getting a full ride because I pressed when I was here. And I get it. I understand, your junior year, your senior year, you're like, okay, how am I going to make this happen? But if you truly work hard, and I'm serious, if you truly, truly are determined and you work hard, you can do it. I ended up getting a full ride to Tennessee State University and ended up through several times. I would even apply to Ebony Magazine scholarships. I ended up making enough to where I ended up with 7 additional scholarships, to where I had enough money to not only pay for my books, but I even had cash to burn, well, not to burn, but either way. So I say that to say, don't allow that to limit you, okay? And then lastly, one thing, so I ended up going there. I majored in chemistry with a minor in biochemistry. I then went on, attended Meharry Medical College. I, married and the whole nine. And I also pledged Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Alpha Chi chapter with Miss Vicky Fain. Hey, girl, I love you. But the thing of it is, Vicky and I, even though we grew up together, we grew closer through the sorority because it truly is a family. Anytime there's a wedding, there's a death, we're always there for each other. So it's an extended family. They're really and truly there for you, and I'm grateful for the bonds that we have. Are y'all good? Oh, okay. All right. I'm grateful for the bonds that we have through that. And I'm so grateful to Vicky. She doesn't know how much this means to me, because one of the things I always told myself was, once I did get to that point, somebody reached back to help me, and I want to do the same. So if there's anyone, whether you're interested in going to college or if you're interested in the sciences, please, please, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I will leave my information with her, and I would love to help in any way that I can. Blessings. Thanks.
How y'all doing? This is going to be an interactive session, just a little bit. Before I even say something, repeat after me. I can. Not loud enough. I can. I will. I must. Do something. One more time. I can. I will. Not loud enough. I can. I will. I must. Do something. Now, the do something is the hard part. My name is Marcus Young. I'm a 1997 graduate of Covington High School. I got receipts. I'm at the end of the hallway with my lovely photo. I never thought I would be here doing this when I was sitting in your seats. I played baseball growing up. I was always picked on as a kid because I did the weird stuff. And I had a hard time figuring out who I was. I had a mom who was a teacher, a father who never went to college, but worked in a factory all his life. They provided. Coming from Covington, I didn't realize that we didn't necessarily have as much as other people, but we had people who cared about us, right? So when I was in high school and I was playing baseball, I always had these aspirations of becoming a professional athlete. Not professional athlete caliber. It was not in my DNA, right? But I was intelligent enough to make sure I got an education to give me options. Those options, I was too naive to understand what options actually were. I was going through the motions. So I'm not stupid enough to think that y'all sitting here paying attention to what we saying. Half of y'all not listening. That's not the point. The point is for whoever wants to listen is to take the information and use it. So that's who I'm talking to. I got a 21-year-old daughter. We have this conversation on a regular basis. Life comes at you really fast. I mean, super fast. You ask any of your teachers, your parents, they'll tell you, yeah, I had dreams and somebody asked me to say I can, I will, I must, I do something. But now I'm just existing. You got a choice to make. And Covington has nothing to do with that choice. It's your personal choice. You got a choice to be mediocre and just go through the motions and let what happens happen. Or you can take advantage of opportunities like this, because this didn't exist in 1997. 2009 either. I hope you understand that little old Covington gives you plenty of opportunities. It's your choice to choose to use them or not. And I think I heard somebody up there in the top row say, You're here today, right? You have people who are very accomplished. I was sitting at the table. I literally told them, I said, y'all got me feeling good to be a black person from Covington right now. This is not normal. This is abnormal. You are having an abnormal experience on a normal day with people who are sharing things with you to help you advance your life in ways you can never imagine. And when I was 18, I went to a scholarship event that I didn't know was a scholarship event and got lucky and got blessed with a full ride to the University of Tennessee and almost blew it because I didn't realize how fortunate I was to get that scholarship that gave me a job that paid me an engineer's salary before I stepped foot on the college campus. They've given you a lot of nuggets. I'll reiterate some of them. 1, relationships over everything. If you don't leave this high school learning how to develop relationships, life is going to be very difficult. And I know very well that y'all live in a day and age where it's hard. It's hard to create real relationships. But my ask before y'all leave this high school and you do that next thing in life is you learn how to how to build and foster real relationships. Let's be honest. We live in a day and age now where that's not what's promoted, right? But you can't get through this life and do the things you want without somebody else helping you. I had a lot of help along the way. And people look at me all the time and say, Marcus, you're so successful. No, I'm very fortunate because I wasn't stupid enough to think that I didn't need other people to help me. And every level I got to in my life, I had other people who came to me and said, I see you are willing to do the work. See, anybody can do the work. The important part is, are you willing to do the work? Right? I can, I will, and then after that, you must do something other than sit on your lazy behind and or complain. Because everybody has something to complain about. But the people that complain and say, I'm going to do in spite of, those are the people you look up to every day, but you all consider them an overnight success. They each told you the path that they took. I'm not going to go through my diatribe. I'm going to share one thing, and that's it. 2 years ago, I had a heart attack. For 7 hours, I had no blood going to the left side of my heart. I should be dead today. Until you have a moment like that, and you look at life a lot differently and say, that could have been it. I don't want to live with that feeling of regret and saying, well, I wish I would have. Then you still got plenty of time and opportunity to change your situation. So coming from Covington High School, you got plenty of people who you can look up to and who are willing to assist you do whatever it is you want to do. But the responsibility is yours. I live by a mantra. Some of you may have heard me say this before. I have it trademarked, so you can't go steal this, internet. It's called Dream in 3D. The 3 Ds: desire, dedication, and discipline. Without those three, it's going to be very difficult to do what you want in life. 2 of them will get you almost there. 1 of them is like running in place. It's the equivalent of what we started with. I can. You know the routine. I can. A want to. Most of you may not even understand this. Some of you could be interviewing for a job with some of these people right now. You just got rejected. What are you at today? A what? No, what just happened here? A what? A career fair. You got to show up. You got to show up. She talked to you about creating your brand. So you immediately said, I'm from Covington, my brand is lazy. Is that what you want? Is that the representation you want people to have of you? It's on the internet. I'm good. I can. I can. I can. I will. I must. Do what? Better. We all have two options. We all have 2 options. In the illustrious words of 50 Cent, you either quit or you die trying.